歡迎收睇傳媒對焦。人類歷史上有真正滅絕咗嘅大流行病，亦有被遺忘咗嘅大流行病，而天花就係被醫學戰勝嘅疾病之一。其實被遺忘咗嘅大流行病有好多例子，因為有啲病毒逐漸消失或者演變成較溫和嘅變種。幾百年前陸續發生咗3次大瘟疫，相信由老鼠傳播，所以叫做鼠疫，亦即係黑死病。患者幾乎無人幸免，造成全球極大災難，改寫人類歷史。但亦提醒各國加強衛生意識，醫學研究同護理時刻都唔能夠鬆懈。
今年係歐洲黑死病，亦即係第2次鼠疫結束嘅670年。如果唔係發生瘟疫，歐洲嘅發展可能改寫而家嘅歷史，因為持續咗1000年嘅中世紀係歐洲嘅全盛時期。當時由於氣候變暖，更多土地可以用嚟耕作生產食物，各國經濟蓬勃發展。
Europe has had 3, maybe 4 centuries of really good times. The church has been strong, various kingdoms have been strong. Trade has grown, cities have grown, industry has grown, there haven't been any natural catastrophes, weather's been nice, populations have been growing. It's really been a nice time for Europe.
傳染病係人類進化進程當中一個致命嘅威脅因素。雖然話係一種物競天擇嘅過程，但係後果非常殘酷。大多數人就算受咗傳染病感染，亦可以生存。但係蔓延歐洲嘅黑死病就係人類歷史上重大嘅災劫。從14世紀到19世紀，歐洲人口大概1/4都係死於黑死病，之後竟然靜靜咁退出咗歷史嘅舞台。英國艾希特大學嘅歷史學家沃爾高教授話：疫情嘅結束往往非常混亂。疫情究竟對於邊個嚟講先至算係結束呢？決定疫情嘅結束又係邊個話得事呢？正確咁講，就算冇疾病嘅流行，恐懼亦都會流傳起嚟。
Being stunned, I think, is probably the most obvious reaction they must have had, as well as being petrified and having no sense of what to do to make it stop.
約克大學統計學系助理教授 Dr. Jude Kahn 接受我哋訪問嘅時候，亦都指出，由於缺乏獲取最新衛生資訊嘅途徑同設備，好多貧困落後地區出現比病毒流傳得更快嘅資訊流行病。如果冇準備好積極同恐懼以及無知嚟做鬥爭，就有可能對弱勢群體造成可怕嘅傷害。
We've always got to remember the profoundly grief-stricken condition they must have been in after the Black Death, the awful darkness of those months when the Black Death was carrying people off in their village, in their town, wherever it might be. This is a political threat to the whole sort of ordering of society. This is more than just, I'm not going to get enough money this year. This is, potentially very destabilizing to the political system.
黑死病 Black Death 係人類歷史上最嚴重嘅瘟疫，喺1347到1353嘅6到7年之間，喺歐亞非大陸上流行，亦被稱為第2次鼠疫大流行嘅開始。黑死病係由一種名為耶爾森氏菌嘅細菌引起。呢種細菌本來寄生喺老鼠身上嘅跳蚤，但係後來發現呢種淋巴腺鼠疫亦都可以通過呼吸道飛沫喺人同人之間傳播，所以唔能夠簡單咁通過殺死老鼠嚟消滅細菌。
It can be very rapid. It can cause septic shock. Your blood pressure will drop very rapidly. See multi-organ failure. The vascular system can become leaky and you can have hemorrhaging. You cough and you have also hemorrhaging in the lungs from the bacteria. You can get what's called a bloody sputum, where your spit has blood, flecks of blood in it. And if you're coughing, those respiratory droplets can be quite infectious, and then you can infect another person.
黑死病顯著嘅病徵係皮膚有淤血點、瘀斑，死得好快，屍體呈現紫黑色，所以叫做黑死病。人類到而家經歷咗3次黑死病全球大流行，第一次係公元541到750前後喺地中海沿岸流行，近東同北歐部分地區亦被傳染。 第二次鼠疫影響最嚴重，有研究認為起源於中亞，亦都有話係起源東亞。據悉，1346年蒙古金帳汗國第11任可汗扎利別嘅軍隊喺圍攻克里米亞卡法城期間，將軍隊當中鼠疫死者拋入城裡面，亦有可能係受感染嘅老鼠捐咗入城裡面傳播病毒，令到卡法城裡面嘅士兵同居民染上鼠疫，而城裡面有好多商人慌忙離開，逃到西邊，越過黑海去到君士坦丁堡，就將黑死病帶到意大利，蔓延去到法國、西班牙、葡萄牙、英格蘭、羅馬帝國等歐洲各地。據估計，疫症爆發期間嘅中世紀歐洲，大概有60%人口係死於黑死病。
People in 1348 really thought the apocalypse was nigh. Disaster was upon them, and there seemed to be nothing you could do about it. There'd been nothing like this before on this scale, and how to react, how to behave, they just didn't know.
其實疫情剛啱開始嘅時候，大家只係知道係大瘟疫，到咗後來16、17世紀先至出現黑死病呢個稱號。一般相信係因為患者最顯著嘅症狀，而黑色亦都象徵咗憂鬱、哀傷同恐懼。有啲少數族群，包括猶太人、穆斯林、寄居他鄉嘅異國人、乞兒、麻風病人等等，都受到無知恐懼嘅迫害。目前解釋黑死病成因嘅主要立論係鼠疫論，但係中世紀嘅黑死病真實菌種同成因已經唔可以考據，而細菌嘅傳播可能係透過鼠類傳俾人類，貿易同戰爭亦都將病毒傳到歐洲各地。
You could imagine a person, let's say a sailor, working in the dock area, being bitten by an infectious flea. They would get on their ship, and then they could travel on their ship. And they wouldn't become sick for, again, 2 to 6 days. So there's the potential for people to move around, move from one area to another before becoming ill.
黑死病肆虐期間出現一個令人望而生畏嘅形象，呢個就係鳥嘴醫生，睇嚟好似死神嘅化身，其實佢哋係專門醫治黑死病嘅醫師。佢哋穿戴好特別，係為咗防止感染。所使用嘅木拐杖係避免觸碰病人，亦都用嚟擊打病人嚟赦免佢哋嘅罪，因為當時嘅人都相信患上黑死病係神對惡人嘅懲罰。今日唔知道聽日，呢一刻唔知道下一刻能唔能夠生存。生存嘅人都抱住活在當下嘅態度，放蕩形骸，得過且過。
The religion of a medieval person was their life. It surrounded them. They thought nothing of going to church every day. Their life consisted of a lot of blessings which they attributed to God and cursings which they kind of attributed to God too, although they blamed it on their sins. So their whole life was enveloped in this religious atmosphere.
至於第三次鼠疫係19世紀下半葉到20世紀30年代，歐亞非以及美洲幾乎都被波及，而起源係中國嘅雲南省。呢次鼠疫傳播得快，地區廣，但係迅速受控，死亡率相對較低。當然亦都係得益於醫學嘅進步。防禦大流行嘅醫護工作時刻亦都唔能夠怠懈，醫學同傳染病不斷喺度鬥爭。因為第二次鼠疫之後，同樣嘅流行病曾經多次侵襲歐洲等地方，造成嘅死亡情況同嚴重程度各不相同，主要包括咗1629到1631年嘅意大利鼠疫、1656到1658年嘅那不勒斯鼠疫、1665到1666年嘅倫敦大瘟疫。
It's very dramatic when you read through the parish registers and the way in which they shift from naming the dead to saying 2 bodies, 3 bodies, a man who died in the street. It gives you a very good, a very frightening feeling about what it was like to be alive in London at that moment.
之後仲有1720到1722年嘅馬賽大瘟疫、1772到1773年嘅波斯鼠疫等等。中國明朝末年1633到1644年，亦都發生咗明末大鼠疫。好彩嘅係，到而家普遍認為黑死病嘅病原體可能已經滅絕。歷史學家指出，大流行有2種意義上嘅結束，其一係醫學意義上發病率同死亡率大幅下降，另一種係社會意義上嘅結束，就係民眾對疾病嘅恐懼逐漸消退。 目前仲唔清楚鼠疫點解會消失，係咪同老鼠嘅品種變化有關呢？研究發現，到咗19世紀，鼠疫唔再係由黑鼠傳播，而係由棕鼠。棕鼠更加強壯兇狠，所以唔會貼近人類生活。另一個假設係呢種細菌喺進化過程當中已經變得冇咁致命性。總之，黑死病嘅起源、消失到而家嘅論述，仲係莫衷一是。
Black Death studies are still young. It used to be thought Black Death couldn't get anything out of a skeleton. It was a tissue disease. All we have are the bones. Couldn't get anything from it. Now with DNA, with some of the other things that we can get out of bones, there's some possibilities. It's still very, very controversial, but there's some possibilities that we might learn more and more.
黑死病一度淪為戰爭嘅幫兇，對中世紀歐洲造成直接巨大衝擊，經濟、政治、文化、宗教、科技等方面都尋求轉型，同時亦都嚴重影響歐洲社會結構同埋人口變化，動搖咗當時支配歐洲嘅羅馬天主教廷地位，神聖世界受到質疑，以人為本嘅人民主義思潮拉開文藝復興嘅序幕。
In addition to lots of people being ill and dying, you now had nothing working properly. The bodies weren't being removed. Sanitation, to the extent that it existed, completely collapsed. Food wasn't being made. Bread wasn't being baked. So you had, in addition to disease, famine and the general problems of keeping some sort of order.
呢3場大瘟疫既干擾咗社會秩序同人類活動，亦都改寫咗歷史，促使人類亡羊補牢、未雨綢繆，防止同壓制大流行嘅再發生。公共衛生事業受到重視，激發各國建立嚴格嘅醫療保健體系。或者講，大流行嘅結束並唔係人類征服咗疾病，而係民眾厭懼恐慌度日嘅生活模式，學識咗同疾病共存。哈佛大學歷史學家艾倫波蘭特表示，勝利唔會突然來臨，試圖定義流行病嘅終結將會係一個漫長而艱巨嘅過程。
各位如果想重溫以上節目內容，可以去到本台網站點擊節目重溫裏邊嘅傳媒對焦就可以睇到啦。再會。